Water is virtually everywhere,
Water is virtually everywhere,
from soil moisture and ice cap
from soil moisture and ice caps
to the cells inside our own body.
to the cells inside our own bodies,
Depending on factors like
depending on factors like location,
location, fat index,
fat index,
age, and sex,
age, and sex.
the average human is between 55 and 60%
The average human is between 55 or 60% of water.
water. At birth, human babies are even
At birth, women babies are even wetter.
wetter. Being 75% water, they are swimmingly similar to
Being 75% water, they are swimmingly similar to fish.
fish. But their water composition drops to 65% by their first
But their water composition drops to 65% by their first birthday.
birthday. So what role does water play in our bodies?
So what role does water play in our bodies?
And how much do we actually need to drink to stay healthy?
And how much do we actually need to drink to stay healthy?
The H2O in our bodies works to cushion and lubricate joints,
The H2O in our bodies work to cushion and lubricate joints,
regulate temperature,
regulate temperature,
and to nourish the brain and spinal cord.
and to nourish the brain and spinal cord.
Water isn't only in our blood.
Water isn't only in our blood.
An adult's brain and heart are almost 3/4
An adult brain and heart are almost 3/4 water.
water. That's roughly equivalent to the amount of moisture in a banana.
That's roughly equivalent to the amount of moisture in a banana.
Lungs are more similar to an apple at 83%,
Lungs are more similar to an apple at 83%,
and even seemingly dry human bones are 31%
and even seemingly dry human bones are 31% water.
water. If we are essentially made of water
If we are essentially made of water
and surrounded by water,
and surrounded by water,
why do we still need to drink so much?
then why do we still need to drink so much?
Well, each day we lose 2 to 3 liters through our
Well, each day we lose 2 to 3 liters through our sweat,
sweat, urine, and bowel
urine, and bowel movements,
movements, and even just from breathing.
and even just from breathing.
While these functions are essential to our survival,
While these functions are essential to our survival,
we need to compensate for the fluid loss.
we need to compensate for the fluid loss.
Maintaining a balanced water level is essential to avoid dehydration
Maintaining a balanced water level is essential to avoid dehydration
or overhydration,
or overhydration,
both of which can have devastating effects on overall health.
both of which can have a devastating effect on overall health.
At first detection of low water
At first detection of low water levels,
levels, sensory receptors in the brain's hypothalamus
sensory receptors in the brain's hypothalamus
signal the release of antidiuretic hormone.
signal the release of antidiuretic hormone.
When it reaches the kidneys, it creates aquaporins,
When it reaches the kidneys, it creates aquaporins,
special channels that enable blood to absorb and retain more water.
special channels that enable blood to absorb and retain more water,
leading to concentrated dark urine.
leading to concentrated dark urine.
Increased dehydration can cause notable drops in energy,
Increased dehydration can cause notable drops in energy,
mood, skin moisture,
mood, skin moisture,
and blood pressure,
and blood pressure,
as well as signs of cognitive impairment.
as well as signs of cognitive impairment.
A dehydrated brain works harder to accomplish.
A dehydrated brain was harder to accomplish the same amount
accomplish the same amount as a normal brain,
as a normal brain,
and it even temporarily shrinks because of its lack of water.
and it even temporarily shrinks because of its lack of water.
Overhydration or hyponatremia
Overhydration or hyponatremia
is usually caused by overconsumption of water in a short amount of
is usually caused by overconsumption of water in a short amount of time.
time. Athletes are often the victims of overhydration
Athletes are often the victims of overhydration
because of complications in regulating
because of complications in regulating water levels
water levels in extreme physical conditions.
in extreme physical conditions,
Whereas the dehydrated brain amps up the production of antidiuretic,
whereas the hydrated brain amps up the production of antidiuretic hormone.
the overhydrated brain
The overhydrated brain slows, or even stops releasing it into the blood.
slows or even stops releasing it into the blood. Sodium electrolytes in the body become
Sodium electrolytes in the body become
diluted, causing cells to swell.
causing cells to swell.
In severe cases,
In several cases,
the kidneys can't keep up with the resulting volumes of dilute urine.
the kidneys can keep up with the resulting volumes of dilute urine.
Water intoxication then
Water intoxication then occurs,
occurs, possibly causing headache,
possibly causing headache,
vomiting,
vomiting,
and in rare instances, seizures
and in rare instances, cirrhosis or death.
or death. But that's a pretty extreme situation.
But that's a pretty extreme situation.
On a normal day-to-day basis,
On a normal day-to-day basis,
maintaining a well-hydrated system is easy to
maintaining a well-hydrated system is easy to manage.
manage for those of us fortunate enough to have access to clean drinking water.
For those of us fortunate enough to have access to clean drinking water.
For a long time, conventional wisdom said that we should drink 8 glasses a
For a long time, conventional wisdom said that we should drink 8 glasses a day.
day. That estimate has since been
That estimate has since been fine-tuned.
fine-tuned. Now, the consensus is that the amount of water we need
Now, the consensus is that the amount of water we need to
imbibe depends largely on our weight and
depends largely on our weight and environment.
environment. The recommended daily intake varies from between 2.5 to 3.7 liters of water
The recommended daily intake varies from between 2.5 to 3.7 liters of water for men,
for men and about 2 to 2.7 liters for
and about 2 to 2.7 liters for women.
women. A range that is pushed up or down if we are
A
healthy,
range that is pushed up or down if we are healthy,
active,
old,
old, or overheated.
or overheating.
While water is the healthiest hydrator,
While water is the healthiest hydrator,
other beverages,
other beverages,
even those with caffeine like coffee or tea,
even those like caffeine, like coffee or tea,
replenish fluids as well.
they replenish fluids as well.
And water within food makes up about a fifth of our daily H2O
And water within food makes up about a fifth of our daily H2O intake.
intake. Fruits and vegetables like strawberries,
Fruits intake and vegetables like strawberries,
berries, cucumbers,
cucumbers,
and even broccoli are over 90%
and even broccoli are over 90% water
water and can supplement liquid intake while providing valuable nutrients and
and can supplement liquid intake while providing valuable nutrients and fiber.
fiber. Drinking well might also have various long-term benefits.
Drinking well might also have various long-term benefits.
Studies have shown that optimal hydration can lower the chance of stroke,
So the studies have shown that optimal hydration can lower the chance of stroke,
help manage diabetes,
and manage diabetes,
and potentially reduce the risk of certain types of cancer.
and potentially reduce the risk of certain types of cancer.